and welcome to the Salty Boys Podcast.
You're angry at the moon because your mom drowned in a high tide.
Ah, shame. Don't shame it. Come on, let's go again.
Is he still tripping balls right now?
Wait, what?
The Salty Boys Podcast.
Got him.
We are live.
All right. Welcome again. If you're listening to the second one, in which case...
It's probably one of the three of us that were here last time.
Yes.
Yeah, that's a good point. We are joined by a special guest, in addition to our usual crew.
Hi.
We'll go counterclockwise this time, because I want to mix it up. We'll start with Simmons.
Hi, I'm Simmons.
What up? It's your boy McHaas.
I'm the engineer, a.k.a. AR.
I am Crunk.
DJ Skinny Penis.
DJ Skinny Penis.
Yeah, I'm sticking with that one.
Okay.
Yeah.
DJ Skinny Penis.
And I'm the DM. So, we're going to get started with some Saltmarsh here. Just to recap, we kind of got some character introductions last time, but as we have a new member, let's rehash some old stuff. So, we have a captain, allegedly.
Yeah.
Allegedly.
His captaincy is a little questionable, but his heft surely is not questionable. Tell us about our would-be captain.
Captain Fargus Flintlock is a smuggler who's a little down on his luck right now. He's kind of made his way to Saltmarsh with his merry crew here, looking for work, specifically looking for a ship. Seems to have a little bit of history behind him, but not one that he's keen on telling too many people. He is pretty excited, though. They've just been commissioned to investigate some haunted house from Saltmarsh. They've been giving the villagers some hard time, but before they're able to tackle this job, the higher-ups have entrusted him to lead an expedition into the Drowned Forest to locate a missing prisoner of sorts.
Yeah, that's correct. It's sort of our crew members, of no less import, but of maybe less hierarchical standing. We have an entertainer who's currently busy with technical issues, but we'll go to his attendant, who is equally important.
Oh boy.
And what's his name?
So, Francis Bolf. He is the half-elf pyromancer wannabe. He is trying to become the greatest in producing the biggest and best explosions of the land.
And is certainly not trying to blow up the moon, despite the rumors.
Despite the rumors.
Yeah.
This
to
also
be
has
determined.
nothing to do with his mother dying in a tidal accident.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, what?
You don't remember that?
Mom?
That's why we established you want to kill the moon.
he's finding out.
We talked about this last time.
Yeah, we did.
You're angry at the moon because your mom drowned in a high tide.
Yeah.
Well, apparently Francis wasn't aware of that.
And now you know.
Oh my God.
He is basically the stagehand for our lovely performer, and he is very, very obsessed with the captain and his mission. Whatever it may be, he doesn't really know what it is, honestly.
Neither does the captain, really.
Yeah, but Francis doesn't know that.
Right. So Francis, if I recall correctly, is the assistant of AR's character, who we'll introduce in a second.
Stage tech.
Remind me the relationship with the captain. I know you admire him. We had something else, I think.
My role was Bolf and I are on the run.
On the run.
Together.
Okay.
Yeah, we're
I
on
wanted
the
to make
run.
sure. Yeah. So that hasn't quite come up yet, and I'm
No.
looking forward to seeing what that's about.
And I am the apprentice of AR's character.
Yes.
Who I am childhood friends with, apparently.
Yes.
Indeed. Which does mirror reality. Anyways, so you're now hearing from my character, which is Big Nick.
Mm-hmm.
That's the pseudonym of Nicht von Wunderbar.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a half-orc rogue with the background of an entertainer.
Mm-hmm.
And my secret is I'm deep state rogue. I'm trying to convince everyone that I'm actually a bard, even myself. Sometimes I forget that I'm not actually a bard.
Right. You're so in deep cover, you
Yes.
don't even remember that it's a bit.
Exactly. So, part of my act incorporates our good Simmons over here with his half-elvish pyrotechnics as part of our show.
Which
And
got
an
us banned from a couple bars.
An unspecified final act has gotten us banned from a couple bars and is the sole motivation for me to continue with this quest, to get it reinstated.
Right. Yeah. And you're almost there already. Like, you've got the council by the balls, if I might say. And your relationship with the captain is
Childhood friend.
your childhood friends. That's right. And Bolf is your assistant.
That is correct.
And so we only have one, our new person left. So you already have a name.
Yeah, I'm playing Mock Smith. He's a human cleric. He's basically a sea dog that likes to fight, and he worships the Procon god. Kind of like the Drowned god from Game of Thrones.
Mm-hmm.
And he's basically just out to prove that, like a Viking, that you... Oh, wow, this is bad.
No, don't worry.
No, you're doing good.
That you either live in glory in battle or you get the crap beat out of you.
And that's amazing because no one else has talked about combat at this table at all. So I love it.
I
Tavern
rolled
brawls,
3
whatever.
times last game, like total.
I will never tell somebody how to play a character, but I would love to see you be like stern combat instructor for these 3. Like, shape up your sword combat form. Like, yeah, thrust with your hips, not with your.
You did it wrong. I'll just punch you in the face.
The first thing I'd like you to do is roll a d20. This will be to establish your relationship with Neeked, Big Nick.
9.
You got a 9. You survived with Neeked at some point. This might be good to write down in your notes.
So do we all have to roll for him as well?
He's going to roll, and then that will just establish your relationship.
Got it.
Unless you want another relationship, in which case...
I know we all rolled for each other.
Yeah.
So
And go ahead and roll one more d20. This is for your relationship with Captain
15.
Fargus. You are a business associate with.
how do you spell
So
Mock's
we-
name again? M-A-
Rig Fikes.
M-A-K-H?
M-A-H-K.
M-A-H-K. I was close.
You know, like Mock from Boston.
And one more d20 will establish your relationship with Francis Bolf of House Bolf of him.
Oh, 9.
A 9. So you also survived with.
House Bolf of the city
Okay.
of Ulm.
Oh,
This is-
that's interesting.
This shapes up to me that you attended one of their shows. A regular run-of-the-mill show.
Indoors with pyrotechnics.
That's kind of what I was thinking about.
Burned down.
Yeah.
Yeah, like he sold Simmons' character some explosives or something. Because he's a business associate with Simmons, right?
No, he's a business associate with
Oh,
Captain.
the captain.
Yeah.
Oh,
The good old
So,
captain.
actually, we have something really good for that. So,
Nice.
if I may, Captain, you and Mock have worked together in the past.
All right.
So, I will leave it up to you whether you like how the nature of your relationship, whether it was good, if it's continuing like as a business relationship.
Got it.
But in the past, you transported some goods for Anders Solmore, who is the youngest member of the town council, but he is also the second richest man in Saltmarsh. It was kind of a no questions asked movement, which is not uncommon and doesn't necessarily mean it's like illegal goods. So I want to say that's the first time you worked with Mock here.
Got it.
He came highly recommended from another captain. However, this was a while ago.
Gotcha.
When you had a ship, I think. So,
Sounds good.
yeah. Let's set a stage and like jump right into some movement. You guys are regulars at the Empty Net.
did someone say set a stage?
Set a stage. On fire. Yes. Yeah. So you guys are at the Empty Net. It's like another 40 minutes before you're supposed to start your circuit around Saltmarsh. So you're killing a little bit of time. Let's say it's a little earlier. Let's say it's like 3 p.m. You have time to kill. There is that sort of pressing mission, but let's make it earlier. I said 3 p.m. You guys went to bed at the end of last session, so it's the morning.
Okay.
Mock, I'm going to give you a mission from the town council. They told you that they had dispatched 3 adventurers, and they want you to accompany them because Anders Solmore thinks they're going to die without your help. Like, they got sent on a quest to prove themselves so that they could do more work for the town council, and he was like, they're not going to fucking do it. They're going to die. So
Sounds about right.
Yeah, he calls in a favor for you, like, hey, do this, and like, we're square. So and obviously these 3 adventurers are staying at the Empty Net, passed out in chairs at the bar, wherever you guys are. So
Under the stage.
Let's talk morning routines, because that's really interesting. Francis.
So after he wakes up from either a stupor or just a boring night, let's say, Francis likes to go out into the woods, immediately start foraging for anything shiny or mushrooms, because that seems like it'll assist him with his chemical desires.
Okay.
Take that out however you will. And then he starts practicing.
Okay. Like edging?
I mean, honestly,
Found our first soundbite for this podcast.
That's going to be my ringtone.
Okay.
Every time Simmons checks you, like edging.
Okay. I didn't mean to derail this so quickly.
No, this is fine.
Okay,
because my idea is he's typically out there practicing like controlled explosions or any kind of like spell casting or chemical reactions, but he always comes out kind of winded and exhausted, so maybe that's just the perception of the village.
Let me give you a little feedback. So Saltmarsh, while not a massive city or town, has like a pretty sizable clearing around it. Like, so it would be kind of a journey to like go out into the woods to like forage and gather.
Absolutely.
But you're a wizard, if I'm not mistaken. You have a component pouch that contains like all kinds of reagents and things, and you can like test little minute bits. And you're the alarm clock equivalent of a kid going out and like lighting M80s like in a gutter.
Okay, so let me revise my previous.
Okay,
he goes into the back alleys and just rinse and
throws
repeat.
firecrackers at stray cats.
He finds shiny stuff. He finds questionable fungus growing off of random things.
Just seeing how it reacts.
And he sometimes eats them.
Okay, so
he's a little bit stupid.
I guess the last question I want to follow up with is:
Yes.
Is there a method to, or is it like blind experimentation?
It's blind. It's absolutely blind. He's just trying to come up with something new every time, and he has found out that the shotgun approach is by far the most effective of finding the prettiest bangs.
Give me a nature check.
Nature check.
Yeah.
Nature, I hardly know.
That is a 22.
Wow. Incredible. So you like correctly identify a particular kind of like very dry moss.
Okay.
That's growing on the side of the Empty Net. Given that it doesn't rain that much in Saltmarsh, you're able to like harvest some of this dried moss, and you light it on fire. Nice. Yeah.
Nothing really happens.
No,
but it's
but
on fire.
Good to know.
JP, I'm glad Simmons, sorry, I'm glad you used a 22 on a completely pointless and meaningless activity.
I found flammable moss.
I found a nickel.
So Francis is going to go and just collect as much of it as he can find.
Okay, yeah. You collect up a pouch full of...
Yeah, he wasn't actually that successful, so I'm going to say he's got like a handful.
You can fill up like a small pouch.
Okay, perfect.
Full of like dry moss. Captain, what's the captain's schedule like? Like, does he wake up early?
Yeah, captain's internal clock, like he can't really
Oh, he can't sleep past
There's a-
7 a.m.
Yeah, it's that Mariners 6 a.m. Alarm clock, 6:30 is sleeping in for the captain, and that's unacceptably late. So he's up by probably about 5:45,
Okay.
give or take. He's in the luxury suite, as we remember from last time. He was able to coerce, I believe, was it Anders?
That was his assistant, Anders' assistant.
Scarin Wave Chaser.
That's him. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was Wave Chaser. He was able to sweet talk his way into the real cushy room.
Yes.
So it's been a while since he slept on a bed of that caliber of comfort.
Or just a bed in general.
Yeah, pretty much.
Sure, yeah. And if I'm not mistaken, he asked you to just clear out before the afternoon or something like that.
Yeah. So he's definitely got some time to kill.
Yeah.
So he's definitely the first thing he's doing is checking the side of his table. He's got his confectionery necklace that he never really leaves home without.
Yeah. Breakfast has already been delivered by the help.
Cool.
That you did not see. So you awaken to the smell of freshly fried eggs and crisped bacon and.
He's at first a little upset that it got by him without him waking up, but then he smells the bacon and he's like, I can let this one slide, laddie. And he just gorges himself.
Yeah, it's pretty good. It's not bad. Big Nick.
So, as always, you might find me sleeping under the stage, using furniture for a blanket, as I did last time.
A bouquet of chairs. Did I make that joke last time too? I probably did.
Yeah, that was basically how we found him last time.
This chair keep me nice and warm, Captain.
Oh, good down here, Captain. That's not his voice.
This chair ain't got
Might as
3
well.
legs, so I'm only 3 warm, Captain.
It's 75%.
Not as warm as 4 legs, Captain, but 3 will do, Captain. Get a swab of poop deck on 2 legs, Captain. 3 leg means more poop deck, Captain.
If you have 3 legs, does that mean you have 2 asses?
Makes you think, doesn't it?
It does.
3 legs, 2 buttholes, and a partridge in a pear tree, Captain. Save that one for the Christmas special, Captain. Ghosts of Saltmarsh, Captain.
Oh my god. We just play sleigh bells the entire cast. Now it's festive.
Now that I'm sufficiently sweaty from laughing, I can answer that question a little bit more thoroughly. So, as any typical musician or faux musician would be apt to do, I don't awaken until the light comes in the bar. So that would probably be, I don't know, well, are we in the summertime? I guess sunrise is, 6-ish?
Yeah.
And by awaken, I mean I open my eyes and fall back asleep until 9. Really.
A true musician's awakening.
Yes. I have personal experience, so that comes from a personal place.
Yeah.
So at 9 o'clock, I finally awaken to nobody in the bar except for the janitorial staff, which is... I'll let you fill that in.
It's the bartender, Seamus McTavish.
Call that blasted Seamus McTavish.
The man who
he's
pissed in
cleaning
the
up-
floor last time.
Yeah, he's cleaning up his own mess behind the bar.
Again.
But there is a young half-elf boy who's helping him clean up. He's just picking up mugs and bringing them to the bar, wearing an apron. So, yeah, that's all that's there. That's your company. Mock, you did you get up early to try to intercept this crew before they left? If so, what were you expecting to find?
Yeah, he kind of rolled out of whatever hole he was sleeping in after getting drunk and fighting some townspeople the night before.
Do you run a fight club in the temple?
The first rule about the Fight Club is we don't talk about Fight Club.
Okay, so yeah,
So, I don't know. I can't tell you that.
that's fine. So yeah, as a member of the Temple of Prokin, there is an actual physical temple in the city that you are always welcome to stay at, and there are friends there that will keep you safe.
He keeps that in mind and tries to make it there whenever he doesn't fall over before the night's over.
Yeah, and likewise, they're like-minded people, so they hold your values, and so Anyway,
that's terrifying.
You can, yeah. There's more people like him, but you know that they are at the empty net, so you can show up whenever.
Yeah, he probably woke up at about 5:30.
Okay.
And made his way over there, and I guess he saw. Well, he didn't see the orc passed out under the stage. Half orc, excuse me.
Yeah.
And I guess the other guy was upstairs. So yeah, he's just kind of waiting around, hoping they'll show up because they're supposed to be there.
Yeah, the bartender notices you walk in instead of walk out of the bar in the morning. He's like,
What can I do for you?
Beer.
he just turns and like over a barrel that says "Porter, I hardly knew her." Just just cracks open one and slides it down to you.
Have you seen Three Blokes About?
Aye. And he like gestures towards the stage and then gestures towards the noises outside. And then and he like scratches his head for a second. Don't remember where the captain went.
Okay, well, I'll start here.
Yeah. So
And head towards the stage.
okay, you see a half orc barely covered up by a couple bar stools, and
Three-legged bar stools.
yeah, it looks like somebody attempted to drape a blanket over him sometime in the night, and he threw it off to the side. It's a
tradition at this point.
Yeah, his pride is something to be documented. It's incredible.
Just kind of look at him, head back to the bar, enjoy my beer, and then wait because he's got to get up at some point.
So what time did you walk in the bar?
Like
It'd be
early.
about 6:45.
Okay, I'm asleep till 9. So.
Yeah, Francis, I'll say you're the first person to come back in and see a dwarf drinking at the bar at like 6 a.m.
Excuse me. I'm not that short.
I'm sorry, human. I don't know why I thought dwarf. Forgive me.
I'm still probably looking up to him being the half elf.
The dwarf is behind the bar, which is unusual for you.
Yes. So I'm going to kind of just acknowledge his presence, and then I'm just going to go into the corner and just start playing with the pouch of moss and just one of the corner tables.
The bartender like raises an eyebrow and kind of like gestures towards the half elf that just walked in.
Did Anders give me a description of these guys and names and stuff like that?
He said 3 adventurers.
Well, that narrows it down.
If you asked, he'd probably say something like you'll know him when you see him.
Okay, well, he looks pretty adventurous.
Yeah, they kind of have a thing about him.
And he's one of the only other people in the bar, so...
Yeah.
Hey, you! Yeah, over here.
Yes, what am I to be doing for you?
Do you know Anders?
Yes, the captain.
No, Anders.
And then at that point,
You want to make an out of game history check?
so Francis doesn't actually know the captain's name. I love it.
Nice.
This is my favorite.
Hey, you know
thing
Brian?
ever.
Oh, the captain?
Simmons, what's your wisdom?
He's the smartest one out of all of us.
No, I mean, not in the game, but what's your wisdom?
He's the smartest one.
See, I give it a 12.
Simmons has like a nat 20 on intelligence, but like a 2 or 3 on wisdom.
I mean, that's pretty accurate. And actually, that's not far off from my actual in-game stats. So that is going to be his actual interaction.
Okay,
he doesn't know.
Oh, the captain.
Oh, the captain.
Well, I know of a captain I'm supposed to find. The Sanders bloke sent me to find you guys to make sure, you don't die.
Oh, well, I know the captain will to be here soon. I am not to be sure when. I do not want to be speaking on behalf of the captains.
All right, so I'll just follow you around.
I mean, I am to be just going back to the table over here. Would you like to be seeing the moss I just gathered today?
No, but I'll follow you.
Understood. So yeah, I'm gonna walk back to my table and yeah.
Yeah. Captain, you can show up whenever you like.
Yeah, so I feel like the captain kind of like just like kind of Kool-Aid man's the doors in.
Oh yeah.
He's kind of like hitching up his britches as he's walking in. He hasn't bothered to like buckle himself up completely yet. It's Seamus's fucking pub. He doesn't really give two shits about this guy.
Fuck Seamus.
Francis is gonna notice the captain like immediately walking in. He's gonna like just shove everything into the pouch, and he's just gonna run over to the captain, like just immediately. Hey, Captain, there's to be somebody here trying to be talking to you.
Captain kind of like glances over at Seamus and is like, Seamus, goddammit, lad. If you be cracking one off in here one more time, I'm going to crack you one upside your landlubber and skull.
which is more than what I can say
Seamus, you're a shame and
are we going to lose again, are we?
Dirty Scots boys all over the planet.
He comes around the bar, he's just like pulling up his sleeves.
I feel like at this point it's just like tussling.
All right, let's get into the grapple rules.
I'm now hiding behind
Whoa,
the
we just lost
sleeping-
everything. I can't hear. Wait, we're back. We're back.
No, it's just you.
Yeah, that was just you.
Okay, it was just me.
Okay. Opposed athletics.
All right, we got it.
Oh,
At this point, I just got.
That's a really shit roll.
it's okay.
That's a 4.
Yeah, he's beating you.
Oh God, damn it!
And not breaking a sweat. Yeah, it's embarrassing. He just pile drives and dumpsters you like in one fell swoop.
God damn it!
It's kind of embarrassing. Coming into my bar, and he just leaves you on the floor in a crumpled mess. And it has never been more evident to you, Mock, that yes, they desperately need your help.
I just look at him, shake my head, and I know that's the one.
Perfect. Yeah.
So at this point, he kind of like looks up, and like as soon as he sees like your bootstraps, he knows exactly like who is the person like standing on top of him right now. So the captain kind of like slowly gets himself up. He doesn't make eye contact with him, but he starts kind of like twirling at his beard a little bit, and he just kind of like not like he's not backing down at all, but you can tell he's definitely like he knows his pecking order at this point. He's like, Mach.
Looks like we meet again.
Doesn't really. He's still avoiding his like, eyes, and he's like, "Aye."
So Anders sent me. He wants to make sure you guys don't die. So I'm here just to do that.
Captain kind of like fumbles around in his pockets a little bit. He starts twirling his necklace around and goes, "You know, you'll have to be sailing under me own banner this time, Mark. Hope that won't be too much of an issue for you."
Kind of just looks down at him, glares. As long as I get to punch someone.
At this point, he starts kind of like slowly starts to meet your gaze. He's obviously like half your height, so it takes him a little bit longer to get there. It's like,
Some time passes.
I reckon we can be getting that done for you, matey.
All right. Well, you guys get your shit in order. I'll be waiting around here for you.
Yeah, despite this commotion, Big Nick.
Fast asleep.
Okay, I was gonna ask. Just a dwarf getting absolutely like driven into the floorboards does not wake him. But I feel like the like half elf bus boy like accidentally like bumps one of your stools, and then like that disturbs your sleep like 1 minute sooner than you were ready to wake up.
No, he bumps one of my guitars.
Oh yeah, and it's the vintage one.
Immediately, red hot rage. I look at the clock on the wall and I say, "Does that say 9 o'clock?" I said 9 o'clock, not 8:45.
Give me an intimidation check.
That, gentleman, is called a callback.
Do you want a D20?
So that is a... I can't count. 23.
Yeah. If you didn't know better, you could like smell the shit in this kid's pants. He's like, I'm sorry, sir. It will, and he just leaves. He's gone. He's running for his life. He thinks you're gonna kill him. So yeah, Yeah, you scare him off. So you can hit the snooze button if you want.
Real game side note. Sorry for giving Simmons crap about the wasted 22. I just wasted a 23 on him.
Big true.
It's not a waste when you can make so much shit.
It's now 8:45. Is anyone still left in the bar while I was awoken early?
Yeah, there's 3 fucking people in the bar.
Oh, they're still there?
Yeah,
there's
we're all
okay.
here. I was hiding behind you throughout that entire encounter.
So this is weird. Like, you're usually the only one in the bar when you wake up.
Besides Seamus, of course.
Yeah.
But fuck that guy. I don't give a shit about shit.
Just like counting a bar. You're talking shit
again?
Ah, Seamus.
Don't shit again.
Come on, let's go again. Goddamn, Seamus.
All right, let's do it again.
Blighted landlubber and cattle warren.
Taught you once, I taught you twice.
Poop dicks
I stepped between them.
landlubber and god shite.
He stepped
That's
between.
pretty good. That's a 19.
All right, yeah, you get the upper hand on him. What do you do?
I am grabbing this dwarf by his beard and fucking lassoing him around like I'm about to hog tie.
You throw him into his top shelf and just like glass shatters and like falls. And
He
you're
lost
like,
a whole-
you got me good. That was a good one. I'm calling it a day. And he's gonna lay down.
Remember that next time someone orders from your top shelf there, Seamus.
Very nice.
Throwing him into the top shelf has cost the bar a total of $1.
Hey, Saltmarsh is a classy place.
After this commotion, I'm gonna scavenge around. I'm gonna try to find a flask real quick and just try to gather some of the spilled liquor.
How do you plan to extract the liquor from the wood?
Well, I assume that it's still dripping down from the top shelf. I don't need a whole lot.
You're stealing. You sure you want to do that?
Is Seamus still in the bar?
Yeah, he's like napping under, like, he got thrown into the top shelf and it's just like, I'm just gonna lay here. Like,
Suggestion, why not, because I think I know where you're going with this, why not just mop it up with your moss?
Yes, I will start doing that.
okay, you can do that. You have some alcohol-soaked moss.
Beautiful.
Sounds like my night
It's like we
last
work
night.
together or something.
Yeah, most of it you have to dab from his beard. From
Yeah. So if you're not to be
Seamus' beard.
minding, I just start dabbing him.
no words, just no tears.
and then I just kind of like scurry away.
Yeah, you got it. Okay. So, you have a mission. The clock is ticking. Would you like to inform your companion of what your mission is?
I'm going to say no. Don't let me know.
All right.
I have one goal in mind.
Mm-hmm.
And that goal is to perform. So I don't care what we're
Say
doing.
fuck that guy.
Fuck that guy.
And also to watch Gladiator.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's a good callback. That's a callback to a reference you didn't get.
That's the most impressive callback.
I know. Wow. I'm really impressed.
It's almost like I edited the last podcast or something.
I'm gonna be honest. I don't remember what the Gladiator reference was.
It was the
You meant a gnome in a
waves
bar.
of grace. It was that you died.
No,
Yeah, the gnome
he was
died.
telling he was telling me the background story, and he like died and was flying over the wheat
Yes.
fields, and I didn't get it.
Yeah,
Apparently he's got
that's right.
claim to the throne.
He does.
Oh, right.
Yeah,
He's got a
Right.
favor with him.
allegedly.
But now he's in prison, so it doesn't matter.
Speaking of claims to the throne, before Big Nick heads out, I need to claim the throne in the bar and get myself cleaned up.
The porcelain throne.
The porcelain throne.
Okay,
Although it's probably more of a brown throne in this bar.
Yes.
it's a hole.
Yeah,
Yeah.
more or less. So Big Nick's going to go get cleaned up
Okay.
and get ready for the adventure I didn't pay attention to.
I love it. Okay, so yeah, I feel like it's the role of the captain to like fully brief all crew members on like what the mission is.
While I'm in the bathroom.
I feel like
It's
we're all
okay.
just
He doesn't need the briefing.
meeting of the minds in this porcelain kingdom here.
All right, lads.
Wait, are you in the bathroom with him?
Hell yeah, we're in the bathroom with him.
Fuck you, Shorzy!
We're childhood friends, man. There's no secrets between blood brothers.
It's so like you four like teleport in different places while this is happening, like while you're in the bathroom. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
All right, lads. 40-man Flintlock's merry crew, plus Mark. We've got a mission to rescue a bloody daft landlubber, douchebag, from the drowned forest.
At this point, he still thinks it's the guy who like he pickpocketed before. The idiot he like ran that cruise liner with.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's pretty convinced it's that guy.
That be about it, lads. This is to prove ourselves worthy to take on the actual job of finding this philosopher's stone from the haunted mansion. Do we have any questions, comments, or concerns before we embark on this glorious journey together?
I have a question.
What is it, lad?
What's a douchebag?
Mark, I'll tell you when you're older, laddie.
See, when a mommy douche and a daddy douche love each other very much.
So, if I am to be asking one question, I thought we are to be having proven ourselves to the council to go blow up the house.
Aye, lad, but they're not questioning our capabilities, they're questioning our courage.
Can I come? The half elf like janitor boy like speaks up. He's been listening this entire time because the door's open.
Nick sticks his head out of the bathroom stool. Shut the fuck up!
He's gone. He's gone in a flash.
Wait, don't let the ogre scare you. He's just on his second or third layer. That's where he gets a little bit cranky.
Side note: since we're childhood friends, since we've been kids, he's known I'm a half orc, not a ogre, our whole life.
Yeah.
Yet refuses to. At various points, I just decide to accept it for the day. I mean, it comes and goes. Sometimes I'm pissed, and sometimes I don't care.
Yeah.
Today is one of the days I don't care because I just took a real big shit and it kind of hurt. Kind of hurt a little bit. I had a little spicy food last night.
There's no bigger relief in the morning than just the biggest shit of your life.
Unless it's the Kung Pao chicken come back to talk to you.
Yeah.
That's what happened to Big Nick. A mixture of spicy imported food from outside of Saltmarsh and copious amounts of alcohol.
Yes. This might be too deep of cover. We might be too RP'd at this point. There's a game in here somewhere, I swear.
You can never go too deep on a podcast.
Yeah. Okay.
So the captain really does signal the little half elf guy back.
Okay.
So he's interested.
Timidly. Tepid is a temperature, isn't it?
I thought
Like
it was his
a
name at that
lukewarm
point.
glass of water.
I was gonna roll with
it.
Mr. Lee.
I'll get my adjectives right one day. Timidly, he kind of like scoots back just to be within earshot, not wanting to risk the wrath of Nick.
I found myself curious, little lad. What does a little wee fey boy like yourself want to do in a big, bad, dangerous woods like the Drowned Forest?
He's like holding a broom, and obviously he's got like his white apron. He like looks at you over sort of like hopeful eyes. He's like, I want to be a hero.
A hero, lad. Hero's work is never done. Heroes either die young or live long enough to see themselves become the villain. Can you handle that burden, lad?
What? No, I want to be a good guy. I want to be a hero.
Aye, lad. Maybe this will be a good eye-opening venture for you.
He like looks down at his feet and just like moves the broom back and forth. Like it kind of just wanders.
All right, lad. If you steeled yourself for adventure, meet us at the town's edge in 20 minutes flat.
At that, like he
Make
looks,
it 30.
He, like, he shoots a look at you of like a little confusion, realization, and then he runs back and starts talking to Shamish about making arrangements for him to.
Is Seamus still up on the top shelf?
No, he's laying down.
Okay, he's
He
taking a
got
nap
thrown
under the
into
bar.
top shelf and like knocked down.
See, the
and
way
was,
you
like,
described it
laying
before,
under.
it sounded like he got chucked up there, and it was just like
and just laid there on the top shelf. Yeah, no, he's laying under it, so all the drippings come down.
so he's bathing.
Yes. That said, let's cut to the town's edge. You guys are ready, prepared. Kids, no call, no show. What do you do?
Captain's just kind of tapping his foot and kind of like checking his little stopwatch. It's just a memento from somebody he knew in his past.
I give the kid another 30 seconds to a minute before we decide to depart, lads.
Okay.
I look over at him and say, we should just leave anyways. He'll probably just be dead weight.
Aye, I've heard that one before, Mark, and look where it landed you.
At least you're still alive.
Aye, that be true enough, lad. Very well. I'll haggle with you 45 seconds and then we'll be off.
Make it 37.
You drive a hard bargain, just like you did back in the old days.
Very nice. Yeah. 37 seconds pass. Exactly. No more, no less. And you don't see the kid.
Aye, the wee lad's probably weighed down by the weight of his own shite in his pantaloons. Come on, lads, let's go find us a douchebag.
All right.
Yes,
And you set off for adventure. Nice. So, it takes a couple hours before you get to the edge of the drowned forest. It's like 2 or 3 miles. So, at a walking pace, it took a couple hours. Don't worry about it.
Oh wait, wasn't it like a number of leagues away?
Yeah, it's like 30 leagues. Or
It's
10 leagues. I don't know.
what did I say? It was 3 point something nautical miles.
It's a couple miles.
Yeah. So it's
Everything's gonna be a couple miles. I'm gonna play fast and loose with the distance.
let's not bother to retcon that one.
Yeah, I'm not gonna worry about that. So
Sally forth.
Well, how many feet are in a league?
Anyway,
And if we can move at 30 feet per second,
I rocket propel myself.
What kind of swallow?
Yeah,
African.
edging. So you guys find yourself like. I think if this was a show, which I love framing this stuff in like as if it was like a D&D show. You smash cut to let's leave the kid to like just dark, dismal forest. Like just smash cut immediately. It's you guys standing in front of like the last bit of clearing before you enter this just miasmal, dead swamp air that is the drowned forest. You will be wading anywhere from ankle deep to like waist deep water for the next few hours.
So anywhere from waist deep to drowning for the captain.
Yeah.
Truth.
I won't require you to make like swimming checks that other characters would, But
Well, he can just hop on my
You're
back.
sturdy, you can just.
Francis would like to make a nature check to see if he can find any psychedelic herbs around him.
I did that last time. I actually still have a pouch full.
Great, I want my own.
Yeah, well, I'm just saying that it is a possibility.
Okay,
I'm letting you know.
So you can do. I will let you make a check, but it will be sort of cursory and just kind of like what you find along your path, or you can kind of like do a more literally in the weeds search, but you have a chance of getting lost.
Yeah, no, he's actually probably more likely to just wander off and start looking for crap in the woods.
Nice. Yeah, go ahead and roll a regular d20.
Okay. Any modifier?
Nature, sorry.
That's a 6.
Go ahead and make a survival check as well for
Oh
me.
boy! All right,
Simmons is gone.
let me try that again. Oh, that's a 3.
Okay.
Yeah. So
I
not
have pretty high perception.
yeah. Yeah, go ahead and make a perception check for me. So
Get it, Mark?
16.
16. Okay, yeah. So you wander off. You do wander off. for sure. And then when you find what you were looking for, you're like, this is bullshit. And then you look around and there's no one around. However, you see everything happen. You see him like wander this stupid serpentine path, find a fly amanita cap and be like, this is bullshit.
Look over at the other two and just say, so what's the half-blood doing?
I'd say he's looking for what I found last time, yesterday when we were here, and I don't think he's very good at it.
Well, if we don't keep an eye on him, he's going to get lost out there.
I've got half a mind to let him.
I'm supposed to keep all three of you alive, so that's not going to happen. We'll wait.
He's like 60 feet off. So you could or 60 yards, sorry, not 60 feet. 60 yards off. So you can still see him. But he's like, you see him like between a few trees.
Hey, Half-Blood, get back over here.
I was totally oblivious to everything that happened, and now I'm hearing this voice.
God.
Is it time?
You?
Mom?
I'm actually going to make a check to see if I can see what direction it's coming from.
Okay, that's totally...
Wisdom check,
Is
negative
that
3.
is that an insight or a perception?
I would say perception in this case.
That was a 14.
Yeah, you can determine the direction.
It starts just dashing back.
Okay, yeah. You're like sloshing as quickly as you can, and pretty quickly you find your way. Who is leading the expedition?
I feel like as much as the captain wants to, he has to respectfully he has to begrudgingly respect Mock's experience.
Okay.
So he's kind of told him at the beginning, look here, lad, even though you be flying under me banner, I've got to be deferring to your professional expertise on this one. So
Yeah.
Under my guidance, I will allow you to take point on this here venture if you get me drift.
Well, Mock doesn't know where he's going.
I love it. So, the captain's like an executor position, right? Like, you don't necessarily have to be the subject matter expert in like everything. Like,
Yeah.
that's what you have the crew for.
Exactly.
So that's totally reasonable to like use your crew. You know, Mock, how do you feel about navigating the drowned forest?
He's fine with it. I mean, he knows he's going to die in battle one day, so he's not really scared of anything.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Go ahead and make a survival check for me. No advantage or disadvantage. Ooh, very nice.
20.
Yeah. So, I want to say this is like people shouldn't go in and out of the drowned forest, but people do. Like, it's just a reality. People go places where you tell them not to. So pretty quickly you find sort of like the best sort of version of like a well-traveled path into the drowned forest. So I didn't describe this for you, but I described it last session. The drowned forest is a like choked miasma of like fungal spores that has spilled in from another plane. So it will literally kill you if you spend a long time here. So finding a path through is like super important, and it's really good you did, or this would be a really short campaign. So before long, you guys are like marching into the night. Basically, you feel your feet like soggy and wet. You've been walking all day. You're tired. You're gonna have to stay the night before you make it there. What do you want to do?
It's about time we set up camp. Let's find at least some sort of dry land.
For the most part, everything is wet, but the trees are a mix of like very large mushrooms and like fungal colonies and like dead old tree trunks. So think kind of like mangrove forest, if you're familiar with how those look.
Can we put everybody in the trees?
Yeah, you can definitely attempt to do that.
That sounds like a good idea. I think we should all stay there.
Cool.
Okay.
Most of you guys have like explorers packs or dungeoneers packs or something like that. Most of those have like a bedroll. You can hook up some rope and sling stuff. Are you all trying to like sleep hammock style?
That's my plan. Cool. I'm actually gonna try to climb up as high as I can into one of these still semi-alive trees.
No trees are alive. Funny enough, it's
Okay.
like pretty specific.
Okay, so I'm gonna find the sturdiest tree that I can, go as high as I can, and then just like test the branches for flimsiness.
So you climb one of the taller trunks, and inside it's hollow, and you can see that it's like kind of sunk down. So you could actually like slip into the trunk and like like sit.
Okay, so I don't trust like that due to past experience.
Okay.
Which I will not go into.
Okay.
So my plan is I was sitting at the top of this trunk. I will kind of take my bedroll and the rope that I have, kind of make like a pouch and just like dangle it from the tree, and I'm just gonna sleep in this pouch.
Absolutely. Yeah, you're
So
a,
it's
little,
like
a
sitting
sugar
upright.
glider for the.
Yeah, just kind of slouched over, sitting upright.
Nice. Cool.
Well, I have nothing useful in my pack because I have a, what is it, thieves pack?
Your burglar's back.
Disguise kit and thieves tools is what I have. So I have a spare costume, but as I'm used to sleeping under furniture, I'm going to look for a mushroom cap and some sticks for my blanket.
Okay. So, a blanket-sized mushroom cap.
Well, no, me. I'm gonna sleep on top of that.
Sleep
the
on
sticks
top
are
of
my blanket in lieu of furniture.
Okay, yeah, sorry, I mixed that up. That's totally my fault. So,
Or tree that's above water. Anything.
I was
Yeah.
gonna say, is he within eye shot of me?
make a survival check for me. There's a lot of these.
Oh boy.
A lot of survival checks tonight. But it's dark.
While he's
Okay.
doing that,
So I have a -3 to survival.
is he within eye shot of me as he's doing this?
No, it's
No.
dark.
Okay. Well, I mean, I can see in the dark, sort of.
Oh.
Oh, that's a crit.
That's a 1.
You do find exactly what you're looking for.
Oh, god damn it.
You find a mushroom cap and you find sticks.
You are also dead because the sticks are poisonous.
The sticks are poison! No, you find sticks and you find a mushroom cap. So, you bed down just as planned.
Cool. Also, since I have a pair of psychedelic mushrooms in my pouch, I'm gonna eat one
Oh, great.
before I
Okay.
go to bed because that ties into rolling a 1 for survival.
Yeah. Yeah. So, you have just like just a little cough like before you go to bed, and then you kind of slip into some beautiful sleep. Beautiful dreams. Captain and Mock, are you guys just bedding down normally, hammock style, out of the water kind of thing?
Mock's going to keep watch for a while because, this probably isn't a safe place.
Yeah.
But someone should probably relieve him at some point.
Yeah, you would be right. You are very right.
So, hey, Captain, why don't I take first watch? And then when I'm about to pass out, I'll wake you up.
All right, lad, have it your way.
Very cool. Let's see. Can I have a perception check from Mock?
What's perception?
Wisdom? Plus...
Modifier, is it 10 plus?
It's a skill check.
Okay.
Yeah. So there's a skill
19.
19. So yeah, you see pretty quickly. You're like you kind of making a habit of like scanning each, just keeping visual accountability, and you look over and like every time you look over at Big Nick, he looks like he's sunk maybe on that mushroom cap he's sleeping on or something, and then. Oh shit, that's not a mushroom cap. He is sleeping in a giant Venus flytrap. And it is closing around his body as we speak.
How quickly?
I mean, you can see him still, but it's like that. It's getting close.
I'm going to go over and grab him by his leg and just start pulling as hard as I can.
Okay, give me an athletics check.
Oh, that's bad. 6.
Okay, yeah. Pull as you might. He's a big boy and is a big plant.
Big boy.
Big boy. So
Does it at least wake him up, even though he's tripping in his
Do you want
sleep?
me to roll for that?
I'd be
Perception?
pulling your leg if I.
Perception to wake up.
I'm gonna say you can wake up. Somebody's pulling on your leg. Like you're gonna wake up.
Well, I mean, this is me we're talking about. I
mean-
didn't wake up during the bar crawl,
Whether-
bar fight.
Whether you decide to roll back over and go to sleep, if you wake up to somebody pulling your leg, that's on you.
Yes, but you were 75% comfy there. So.
That's true.
And actually, you're feeling warmer than ever.
Oh shit!
So if anything, I'm probably like.
So he could roll a
burning.
disadvantage if he
Yeah.
wants.
All right, so I wake up.
Yeah, go take 1 acid damage.
Okay.
You wake up and you feel warm. Very warm.
All right, I now have 8 hit points.
Oh.
Does acid damage do anything else?
It's just the kind of damage. It's
okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Well,
You're feeling a little digested.
I look over at my companion pulling my leg and voice my concerns by saying, I am concerned.
I am voicing my concerns now.
Mark starts yelling, "Hurry! Get out of there! It's gonna eat you!"
Yeah, and with that, it like the part that you were pulling, like it kind of closes around his leg. So you've got like one boot sticking out, but you're like kind of closed in a little pod right now.
Okay. Well, we need to figure out a way to get me out of here. So
I'm gonna say on the hearing him yelling, I wake up.
Okay.
I'm gonna pull my short sword out.
And I'm just gonna jump down from the tree and just run in that direction.
Okay. Yeah, you're on the way.
Yes.
You pull your short sword out.
Correct.
Go ahead and make an attack roll with disadvantage.
I assume that it doesn't count as a sneak attack, but how
The
do I
plant
roll
may
attacks?
be aware of your presence.
I'm sure.
Yeah.
But can it
How
see
do I-
him? Can it really see
I
him?
flank the plant.
What modifier do I use for attack?
It's just D20. Do you have the app?
Yeah.
Go to your weapons page.
Okay.
Yeah, so right under the weapon name, it has a plus blank.
Gotcha.
You do D20 plus blank. Hey, I saw that there's a dagger on your weapons page.
Yeah.
A dagger is a little smaller. You may not have to roll at disadvantage if you want to.
Oh,
Use
disadvantage
daggers.
because it's
Yeah,
big.
'cause it's a
Okay.
little bigger.
Yeah. Okay. Let's do that then. I'm gonna pull my dagger out
Yeah,
and roll a d20
Whip that dick out.
D20 plus 4. it
plus
looks like.
4. Yeah.
Yeah.
1d20. 19.
Nice. Yeah, so you're able to like make connection. I mean, how can you miss, right? So you can kind of pick a direction and you go get it. You like start cutting through. Go and roll a D4 plus your
Damage modifier.
Plus 2
plus
for
2.
me.
Yep. Yeah. So it's got a like a very tough hide. It's not so much that it's not like dodging your attacks. It's not hardy. 3 damage.
3.
Cool. So yeah, this thing's pretty tough. So you start like trying to saw through. You take 1 more acid damage as you are like fully enveloped. You're cutting your way out, but it's going to take a little bit. That said, you see like a little dagger poke through and like like letter opener through. Like he's making progress, but
Well, since I have this awesome app, it didn't give me a sword. I really wanted a sword.
if you hit new,
Oh, sweet.
It'll
I
let
can have
you-
a sword.
it'll let you add one.
Select.
I believe that Simmons is running over to us as well.
I am.
He is, in fact, yes. So, as you approach the scene, you see Mac standing there, about to produce a weapon that is yet to be materialized in the physical realm. And you see that there is a big Nick-shaped pod inside a big plant.
Okay, so I'm going to go with my first instinct, and I am going to
I'm sorry, Big
firebolt
Dick.
the stem of the pod.
Okay, roll to hit.
I'm ready to take
What's
fire
my
damage.
modifier?
Yes.
I don't know.
What stat? I mean,
I don't know. It's not my job.
9.
9. Yeah. So, due to the darkness, you're winded. You're like shooting on the run. It flies wide and like tags a dead tree and just kind of sizzles out into the like old, wet, rotted wood. So you hear like the buzz and chirp of like insects like kind of fly away, and you think you hear maybe something else in the night. No biggie. Don't worry about it.
Oh, great.
Mark, you want to do anything?
Yeah, shove the sword in between the giant jaws and try and pry them apart.
Pry it apart? Okay. Give me another athletics check.
This is why I shouldn't roll on the table. 9.
Hey, you never know if you don't try. So yeah, you are able to like jam the sword in between the jaws, but you cannot like quite like the blade is bending and you don't want to snap your blade, and it's just not working quite yet.
Can I pass him my short sword to see if it's any better?
Take this. No.
Okay. I don't know.
Unless so yes, but you'll have to do that instead of trying to cut your way out.
Oh, well,
So would you rather cut your way out, or would you rather?
Maki, I'll set
that's
you.
too much editing in the audio.
faster.
I don't want to do that. So.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah. So if you would like to continue cutting your way out, go ahead and make another attack roll.
1d20, right?
1d20 plus 4.
Nice. That is a 21.
Yeah, you're gonna hit. Go and roll a d4 plus 2, or what? D4 plus your damage.
That is 2 plus 4, or 2 plus 2. So, quick maths, that's 4.
Quick math. Okay.
Good job.
Yeah, you have like cut almost enough for you to slip like your shoulders and head out, but not like you're not fully out. So you can like slip an arm and your head out if you want. In the meantime, you take 2 acid damage.
Ooh.
Oh, this ain't looking good.
Frankus.
All right.
I'm down to 5.
So, unfortunately, my weapon is a quarterstaff. So I feel so I've already come to the conclusion that practical tactics are not going to work here.
Okay.
So my plan is to fireball the edge of the Venus flytrap away from where he's poking out in order to potentially weaken it enough to help free him.
Okay.
I don't know if this is effective, but this is my plan.
Okay. What's the spell?
Fireball. It's a cantrip.
Okay. Oh, firebolt. Okay.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. Fireball is a little different.
Yeah, no, firebolt.
Yeah, you can attempt to target the plant.
All right. That is a 10.
Okay. You do hit the plant.
Okay.
Roll your damage.
That is a D10. Which one? That one. Ooh, that's a 9.
Okay, yeah. You managed to like tag your original target, like the stem, and sort of like the plant like withers from like the center out, and the pod drops off into the water. Momentarily, you are underwater, like sort of trapped, and you like birth yourself out of this pod like into the water. And
Ace
then,
Ventura
like,
style.
yeah. And you start breathing again, and you feel a little burnt. Your skin has some like lesions on it from the acid.
Nothing out of the usual.
Yeah,
Yeah, right.
Not for me, at least.
yeah. Unfortunately, you've lost a couple things.
Namely,
Not
hit
your
points.
weapons. Yeah, your hit points. That sucks. But like, well, you didn't have a bedroll. You lost your sticks. You lost your bedding sticks.
Dang, that sucks.
The greatest loss. Yeah, that said, Captain, I think it's your turn to take watch.
Yeah, Captain's kind of like rubbing the sleep out of his eyes.
Yeah, no pressure.
Aye, what's all this caterwauling all about, lads? Can the captain get a little bit of shut-eye around here?
I almost had shut-eye. Forever.
It's nothing to worry about, but it's your turn to watch.
Aye, so be it.
I'm gonna scurry back up into my little chair.
Yeah, you can do that. Captain, go ahead and make a perception check for me throughout the night.
That's a 15.
All right. You notice throughout the night nothing out of the ordinary except for a little movement around Francis. when I say movement, I mean like the drowned forest is kind of alive, like as a whole, between like all the fungus colonies and like some various like birds and bugs and like just general flora and fauna. You notice movement, but in particular, like every time you look over at Francis, like you squint your eyes and like, he's moving? No, he's fine. And so you continue your scans. But at a point, like something seems off. Like maybe you do want to get a closer look.
At Francis?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna go investigate.
Yeah, you hop down and you get close and you see he is covered in bugs.
Oh,
like,
shit.
They're sort of cicada, maybe 3-4 inches long. Oh. Yeah, it's horrible. What do you want to do?
I think he doesn't want to startle him because he's not sure about like what these bugs are like capable of at this point. He does kind of lean in a little bit closer to see if he can like see anything like any discernible
I was gonna
features.
say, keep in mind, I'm at towards the top of this trunk. Mm-hmm. So are you going to climb up there to interact with me?
You can just see it from where you are, like from either your vantage point or if you like jump down and look, you can still see that like. Oh, that little bit of movement I saw, that's like a horrible swarm.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So where am I looking at him from? Am I at the base of this tree or am I above him?
Where do you want to be?
I feel like if I'm keeping watch, I'm probably a little bit higher up, so I'm at least on his level.
Yeah.
So been dying to use these fucking ball bearings from this burglar's pack. Here's what's gonna happen. I'm gonna grab like just a handful of these 1,000 ball bearings I've got, and I'm gonna launch them at these cicadas and see what happens.
Okay. Yeah, I love that.
Am I going to take damage from this?
Go ahead and make an attack roll.
An attack roll.
Yeah.
Am I proficient in ball bearings?
This is tricky. So there is a feat that gives you proficiency with unarmed attacks or improvised weapons.
Okay.
Of which I would call this an improvised weapon.
All right, so I'm not proficient in those.
Well, I mean, it's also a ranged attack.
Yeah, like if you can throw a spear or like an axe, like you should be able to throw.
Oh,
ball
I do have
bearings,
proficiency in axes since I'm a dwarf.
Yeah,
If you can throw a wrench, you can throw a ball.
exactly. Yes.
Yes.
Go. Just roll a like a thrown weapon attack, like strength based.
All right, so I don't have strength, but I got prof. That's It's a 9.
You're just awoken by like some ball bearings hitting you, and you feel like something horrible over you.
Yeah.
Obviously, you know what it is.
Who's the watery tart that threw a bunch of ball bearings at me first mate here?
Can I have a... Oh, shit. Which one is this? It's a wisdom save. It's a wisdom save.
A wisdom save?
Yeah.
Okay. That is a 14.
Okay. Yeah, you managed to keep it together to not freak out immediately.
Regardless, I'm going into panic mode. The first thing I'm going to do is I am going to cast poison spray on myself.
Is it a... What kind of target?
It is a cantrip. You extend your hand towards a creature, and you see within range. So basically, what I just did is I reached my hand out, I pointed it back towards my face, and I'm spraying.
So the range is 10 feet.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't give you a target, does it?
Nope. It's
towards a
directional.
creature you can see within range. And it is within range. Yeah, so...
I'm going to hurt myself doing this.
Possibly. So...
Also, it's poison damage, so that'll be fun.
It's interesting. Okay. So, yeah, you, like, spray it right back at yourself. You don't take damage, per se. You like, poison spray at the swarm of insects.
Okay.
They sort of, like... You're basically, like, macing yourself.
Yeah.
And so they, like, scatter around your face, but you can still feel, like, quite a few on you. And a couple of them, like, drop in front of you.
Okay.
Fargus, you're up. What are you doing?
Both. Whatever you do, don't panic.
Good advice.
What?
Exactly. And at this point, he kind of like,
See, I feel like you said that before I sprayed myself in the face. That's kind of funnier to me.
gotcha.
Don't panic.
Yeah. Oh, God.
But at least I can see.
You probably got like one more handful of ball bearings.
Yeah, 1,000 ball bearings. How much is a handful? Like 20?
So I think they're supposed to be like super small. They're supposed to be like
like shotgun
what you
pellets?
slip on. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, I think he's gonna take another handful and just try and like just pelt a few more.
Yeah. Go ahead and make a
So
make an attack roll.
We'll go ahead and do that again if it ain't broke.
Buckshot.
That's better. That is a 17.
Nice. Yeah, you definitely hit. Go ahead. Wait, it's improvised, so it does damage. Okay. Yeah, you tag a couple, and Francis as well.
Nice.
Oh, great.
But that's okay. It's not much. It's only 1 damage.
1 damage?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But you notice like a few of the bugs like fly away.
Okay.
Excuse me. Yeah. So you still have a couple on you, but much less than was before.
What would you estimate the coverage is?
33%.
That's good enough. Okay, so at this point, I'm going to take out my pouch of moss, and I am going to set it, or I am So basically, the plan is I'm going to drop it in, or like do like a sand attack in front of my face, and I'm going to light it on fire with my tinderbox.
Okay. You can just like, light it like right now.
And just
Drop it at your feet.
At the remainder of the bugs.
Okay.
I'm basically trying to do like a flashbang kind of a thing.
Okay. Yeah.
So in the least you can see now.
Yeah, the alcohol-soaked moss is very flammable. So
yes,
it drops at your feet, and then you like light a match, throw it down, and like yes, there's fire, and the bugs near it kind of like disperse, and then like you're in like a dead tree stump.
Yep.
Like, oh, now I'm in a burning tree stump.
I have a plan for that, but okay. I'm okay with this for now.
Okay. Let's go and resolve that. Can I have a dexterity saving throw?
Yes. Oh. That's a 15.
Okay. That is plenty. You manage to like leap out into the water before the stump like and it starts to like give off this like deep green black smoke of like rotted swamp wood just smoking this horrible stench. But you leap into the stinky water and you come out and bugless and not burnt. Very nice.
But also I lost my bedroll, so that's great.
That said, your watch passes without any further incident.
Perfect.
Yeah. So probably not the most restful sleep for Francis either, but you awaken in the morning to a fully alive party.
It's a good start.
Definitely.
How many more nights do we have to spend in this place?
Not many, thankfully. You should get there by early afternoon. So.
Side note: the psychedelics finally took.
Yeah, they're kicking in now.
So I'm currently tripping balls in the morning.
Before we go much further, I need to take a whiz break.
Yeah, let's take a little break, and we'll come right back.
All right, that's a good place to leave it. The morning, and I'm tripping.
Theme music.
And We are live again.
This cast sponsored by Whitney Houston and her estate because she's dead, y'all.
Side note, I did just get a notice we got a copyright strike on that. So
Yeah. So just to recap for us, because it's literally been like 3 seconds for anybody listening to this, but for us, it is morning. You guys have woken up in the drowned forest, and you only have maybe an hour or so before you reach your destination.
I'm half dead, but I'm not letting that slow me down because it honestly feels the same as every morning hungover in the bar.
Nobody gonna break your stride. Nobody gonna slow you down. Whoa.
Oh no.
You got to keep on moving, or you'll die.
Is that another Gladiator quote?
It's not.
Yeah, that's one of my favorite band, Third Eye Blind.
Yes. That's correct.
Oh, my goodness.
Everything that's been said is correct. So you only have a little bit further to go. So you guys, what do you want to do? Pack up and go?
Yeah, I think that's a good idea.
Okay.
Are there any cicada? I know I nailed a couple with some of my ball bearings last night. Are there any cicada like carcasses?
Yeah. You see them. They don't look to be like anything other than just maybe some like scavenging bug. You want to take some with you or anything?
No, like any like protruding fangs or anything that look disconcerting at all.
They have like mandibles for like rending flesh. But
Side note: did Francis burn any last night? Did they just get driven away by the fire, or were any burnt?
that's a good point. I forgot the stump
He
was
did
on
the
fire.
acid thing, right? But what did they taste like?
That's what I'm going for.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Because my tumbler's got a rumbling.
Yeah, you guys. Are
So before he makes a move to consume some of the burnt carcasses of these insects, I would like to do an Arcana check just to see if there's any like mystical properties of these insects.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell you, no check required. There's no runes. There's nothing that would indicate that this could be magical.
It's just a big bug.
It's a swarm of big bugs that swarm something that's staying very still.
I want to light one of these carcasses on fire and see what happens.
That they were already lit on fire last night.
No. I mean, I know it's charcoal now. But I'm kind of stupid, so I want to light.
I'm gonna be
Why
honest
don't
here,
you
I'm
grab
kinda
one of the?
stupid.
Why don't you grab one of the ones that you either? Well, I guess they all got burnt anyways.
Yeah,
didn't
they all got burnt.
I was hoping that maybe one or two got spared from burning through being shot with ball bearings.
They
Or
probably floated away.
yeah,
be
okay,
honest.
that's a good point.
Because we all float on.
And they're not like huge. They're only like 3 to 4 inches. There was just a lot of them.
Gotcha.
But yeah, like think like the like not annual cicadas, but the like 13-year or 17-year or whatever.
Okay.
Where they're like big enough to be gross, to be real gross, and like heavy.
Oh, they're big enough to snack on if they're not charcoal.
Right. Yeah.
So let's let that experimental mage cast his fire magic.
No, I'm just gonna use my tinder box.
Okay. Let's still magic. Fire's still magic.
Just in the water.
I'm gonna wave you over. Like I just say, all right, this is your opportunity to rummage.
All right. Are there any that are edible, or are they all completely charcoaled out?
They're pretty burnt. You can still eat it.
Okay.
There's
What are the
some-
chances of not like choking to death?
You're not
on
gonna
them?
die if you eat this.
Okay.
It's not gonna be the most nutritious. It's like a well done steak at that point.
Oh, okay. Do I have any ketchup to eat it presidential style?
No.
With pickles.
Holy shit! I didn't think it could get worse. Oh fuck off! I felt that in my soul. Damn. Whew. Okay.
right.
Yeah, you crunch on this baby, and it's yeah, that's a burnt bug. That's for sure.
All right. Well, I've got my breakfast in me, so
Yeah.
I look over at the captain.
Legally speaking.
Where did you find these guys?
The big green one kind of found me, lad, and never really left. This one right here, despite his demure appearance, he's actually got quite a head on him, if you know what I'm saying.
can't believe I actually have to keep those alive.
Yeah, what a task.
I'm glad that you took that the way that I did.
So yeah, you guys can move along the path set out by Mock.
Okay, so as we're wandering along, I would like to forage again, but I'm not going to wander off into the woods like last time. I just want to do like the wandering near the captain.
Yeah.
Or foraging near the captain, I should say.
You don't find anything.
Okay.
However, Mock, you spot your destination. It is a stone statue that is half sunk into the wood. It is an old statue of Prokin, your god. It's not desecrated by being sunk into the wood, but it is like in deep disrepair. But what you spot, sort of most weird of all, is that there is a single worshiper kneeling in the swamp, praying to the statue.
Hey guys, we're here.
Yeah.
Captain's
So
just kind of
I'm gonna back behind the captain.
he's gonna walk close to him, and he's gonna be careful because according to our DM, some people just wander in here because that's what they have to do.
So,
But it's
yeah.
really weird to see these people out here.
Yeah, so sort of his back is to you, and the statue of Prokin is it's like a sailor like wind whipped by the sea, the salty brine, looking quite heroic, like striking a pose, but like angry. So it's only like chest up, as the rest of him has like sunk into the swamp. And there's the single worshiper there, no shirt. As you get closer, you see that they have like a deep sunburn on their back. Their hands are in front of them, and like their head is down, as in like prostrate, like praying.
I'm gonna call out to him
Okay,
instead of walking up to him like an idiot.
sure. What do you say?
Hey there. You. Yeah, you.
Get into my car. Does not
Very-
show any sign of recognizing your voice or responding at all.
Just gonna be really cautious as I walk up to him and just
Sure.
kind of put a hand on his shoulder.
Yeah. As you do, his head like rocks back, and you see that his eyes are completely white, no pupils at all.
I think he's dead.
You hear a like a agonizing gasp.
Okay, he's not dead.
Yet.
Ooh. Just kind of like grab him and so he doesn't fall over and lay him back and are you okay? Or what are you doing out here?
It seems that this body, it doesn't even seem like a person, but like this body can do nothing but just breathe right now. You recognize him?
Oh, I do.
Hey, I think that guy's name is Scott.
At that
Scotty
point, he
doesn't
kind of
know.
like Captain kind of pulls out his satchel that used to belong to this body.
Yes.
Oh,
He kind of like does one of these because like looks at the satchel, looks at the body, looks at the satchel, looks at the body, and goes,
Well, there goes our paycheck, laddies.
he kind of puts the satchel back in his pocket.
Yeah. So he's still like doing this like agonizing breathing thing. He's alive, but maybe only in like the legal sense right now.
So Mock looks at the captain after seeing that exchange. Is this who you were looking for?
Well, I was hoping he'd be a little less catatonic than this, but I suppose he won't be putting up no fuss getting back to town then.
So does he just need to be alive?
Well, he's breathing. I don't think the contract stated what condition he needed to be in, per se.
Can I cast Cure Wounds on him?
before you do that, can I do an Arcana check to see if he's cursed? Like, I'm not about this right now.
Okay. You can try to make an Arcana check.
That is an 11.
So he does not have any like mystical runes, and there's no like glowy bits
Okay.
about him. So
All right.
nothing indicates like a magical curse.
Okay,
right
so
now.
I don't. So Francis doesn't have a whole lot of knowledge about, like typically like mortal wounds and like diseases and stuff. So he's just on edge at this point.
However,
he's like he is not dead, but he looks pretty dead.
So, yeah. So, because Francis doesn't know anything, is there anything he wants to add?
Honestly, at this point, Francis is just not about this anymore.
That's fine. That said,
Well, and then I'll add my 2 cents worth. So, as a musician and a secret rogue,
and anti-vaxxer.
also,
He's got smallpox.
wait, was that not inherent? Like, do we have to actually put that out there?
Yeah, we had to.
I'm
I
sorry, that was
assumed-
implied from the beginning. But
Right. I mean, like,
for any
yeah.
imbeciles listening.
Oh my god, no.
I mean, this is an anti-vax flat Earth podcast. People, come
Yeah.
on.
Wake up.
Hashtag space is fake. Come on.
Orcs have.
See, I don't
I
even
hate
know why
all
we're
of you.
trying to kill the moon because the moon's obviously fake. So,
It's a projection, actually.
so what I would like to do is use my inherent to being a musician drug-related knowledge to see if this is a drug-induced comatose state, which I guess that might either go under nature or investigation.
I would like you to roll a nature check, please.
Same 1d20 plus 1.
Is he still tripping balls right now?
I am, and that's where
IRL, yes.
that's where that's where I believe my expertise comes from. But as my roll of 6 proves, as I'm tripping balls, I don't actually.
He knows exactly.
I don't know what's
just feel
happening.
Like he kind of like just grappled him,
So-
looked at him, and then just
You're
got,
so high,
This is-
man.
Yeah, this is classic substance abuse. His family must be crippled. Like, yeah. So, no, you get like that. Yeah, there might be some substance involved in like inducing this stupor. However, yeah. So you're kind of like holding this body. You feel like it's not quite dead weight. Like maybe he's trying to like steady or like put some, but he is in no condition to actually like support his own weight or try to walk or stand or do anything right now.
Well, if this is what we're looking for, let's get him back.
before we meander off, I want to look around and see if there's any herbs around the area that I could potentially forage.
Yeah, so you start to look around the statue because there's a little bit of growth around it.
Okay.
Because it's like something to cling to for some of the plants. And you're like sort of like looking down towards the base, and then you run into like 2 tree trunks, and you're like, oh, weird. There weren't trees. And you look up, and there's a figure there. It's a person. It is a person with scales. It's a person with black scales.
Oh.
Appears to be some kind of lizard folk. Or dragonborn, perhaps. I say, did you think I would so easily forget your debt to me?
Who are you?
To
be?
Does not acknowledge that question. You blink and the person's gone.
Captain, we are to be leaving, like, immediately. I am not to be sure what I just witnessed.
Yeah. Big Nick. You also saw a person appear and then disappear.
Well, I'm still coming down off the mushrooms, so I don't know if that's something that's going to be trustworthy or not. But since it's corroborated by Francis's account,
Yeah, like for just a second you look over and you see Francis kind of like doing this weird scavengey thing, and then you think you see somebody standing there, but then they're gone, so it must have just been the mushrooms. Not foreshadowing at all. So yeah, so you guys can pick up the body and
Sorry.
be on your way.
I've just bitch slapped them. I'm sorry.
You guys can be on your way as soon as you'd like.
Yeah, now...
As we're lifting the body, does captain just kind of doing a cursory glance? Are there any like weird abrasions or like lacerations or any like injuries or anything?
You see little maybe bites around like the pale skin he looks drained, honestly. Like I said, he's not wearing a shirt, and his back is sunburnt. So he's been like sitting in this position for a long time. When you've like pulled his body more out of the water, you see that like his lower half, his legs, if you like pull his trousers up, he's got like trench foot of like his entire lower body. He's just been in the water for like far too long.
Yikes.
Did you want to cast? You wanted to cast
Cure Wounds?
Cure
Won't do
wounds.
anything?
Yes. Let's see if that works. It does appear to help. Actually, he appears to like breathe a little easier. He's still afflicted by whatever is causing him to be in this like catatonic state. That's the best word I got.
So I look at everyone else and I say, we need to get out of here now.
Yes.
All right. Well, since I'm the biggest one, I'll put him on my shoulders.
Okay. You sling him like a lost lamb, and you guys start marching. You can make it back to Saltmarsh by the evening if you march all the way through.
There's no stopping today.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'd say
at this
we're
point, I feel
booking
like
it.
at this point, Francis has already booked it.
Yeah. On your way out, can I have a Constitution save at the 24-hour mark?
And I want to keep it.
Oh my god!
It was nice knowing you guys. I roll a new character.
Yeah, that's a 4 from the captain.
I got a nat 1.
Wait,
Oh,
where's
shit.
where's Constitution?
Your stats. Constitution saving throw.
That is a 16.
I have a 12.
12.
It's better than my nat
Because
1.
the two of you that have beat a 10, you guys are good. But the two of you that did not beat a 10, you lose 1 max health permanently
Oh,
Jesus.
because of the spores in the drowned forest.
Oh,
damn.
The drowned forest is terrible. Like, people are not joking about it being horrible. Yeah.
Wow.
And if you stay long enough, you will join the drowned forest. So
How do I take an HP off?
press and hold.
Yeah, I have the thing that popped up.
Yeah, because there's no
so
there's no
you see
max
where it says-
HP.
Oh, yeah.
Ah, there we go. We did it. We got there. We got
No,
there.
you press and hold.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
By the way, fellow listeners, we're just playing with an app right now.
We are not sponsored by
Yeah.
this app, but it is good.
Yeah,
I won't tell you the name of the app, but it's a really nice app. And
It's
if
a
they
really
will pay
nice
us
5th
money-
edition character sheet
Yes.
app.
If they would like to pay us,
Yeah,
we will
please.
advertise for them.
Please, I gave you money.
For the 5th edition character sheet app.
We're so poor.
Yeah, so there's no need to mince words, but you get into Saltmarsh around dusk with the body. The town guard see you coming and rush to meet you to like relieve the weight off of your shoulders you've been carrying. And they rush the person to a doctor as quickly as possible.
I want
They-
to follow him.
Yeah, you absolutely can. Honestly, they'd probably take him to the temple to see what can be done. That said, one of the town guards says, "Please know the council would want to see you as well to report your findings."
Well, while I'm at the temple, can I have a truly, it's not bourbon?
Are you plugging something?
I'm not getting paid by any of these sponsors yet.
He leans in close and like kind of like grabs your shoulder. He's like, "Mr. Solmore would want to see you."
Is everybody else with me?
Like he said that just so you could hear it only.
But I mean, are they like all in the temple
They're
together?
yeah,
No.
like you guys are ready to report to the town council. That's the only thing you have to do.
Yeah, I'm basically hanging off the captain's hip at this point.
And who's Mr. Selmore?
Solmore, Anders Solmore.
Oh, okay.
He sent you.
Oh, Captain?
Oh, God. I love this idiot.
Rick? Oh, the captain, Rick.
You mean Morty?
No.
All right, let's go see Anders.
Yeah.
Well, I invite them to come with me.
Yeah. There's a sound of 3 bells, which is for town council meeting, non-Saltmarsh like town person required. So just like it's a signal for like people to tell council members to go meet, so that they'll meet you. Ada Oland is the first council member to arrive at the gallows area, the like sort of town square where you met before. So you can speak to her if you would like.
Aye, we brought back your watery tart as requested.
I've heard that he's not well, but you fulfilled the contract to the letter, and as such you have been deemed worthy and capable of pursuing the quest for the house on the outskirts of Saltmarsh.
I reckon you'll be expecting a curtsy from me, lass.
Not quite. I wouldn't expect something like that. You'll find me much more practical. You call yourself captain, don't you?
Aye, that's what my crew used to call me as well.
How would you like to call yourself captain properly again?
Kind of twirls his beard around.
Go on.
I have that power in Saltmarsh. I represent the old interests of Saltmarsh, of the true Saltmarsh. At this, Anders Solmore shows back up. Like, what are you going on about again, Ada? And she's like, and she rolls her eyes. The new money, and she shuts up quite quickly. Perhaps we can speak after the meeting. And Anders like, no, go, don't stop on my account. They have a little spat as the other members of the council appear, and with that, the council has sort of fully agglomerated, has congealed,
Coagulated.
This is getting worse.
Globules. They form a gestalt consciousness. Boss fight.
The yeah, never mind.
Congregated.
That map on Halo 2.
I think the word you were looking for was congregated.
Congregated. Yeah.
Coagulated.
like a blood clot. They've congregated.
They've gotten together.
So Ada like wraps the gavel on the table that's been brought, and calls the meeting to order. The chaplain for the council, who you know very well, is the head minister of the Temple of Prokin, and a very good fighter. Announces
myself. Wait, wrong character name.
Announces that that the foreman that was rescued will make a full recovery. That's fully expected. He is suffering from the drowned. They call it drowned forest sickness, but it's just being in there too long. And so he's suffered some pretty serious effects. It'll take a couple weeks, but his family will be taken care of, and everything will be all right, basically. And there's a short like round of applause for you guys for like bringing a member of Saltmarsh back to the fold and to safety.
All right.
Yeah, very nice. Ada speaks up, having not clapped. She says, "But your work isn't done. While I do truly appreciate," and Anders pipes up, "We," she says, "Yes, we appreciate what you've done for our town. Work is not done if you are to be adventurers in our stead. There is a house and there is a job. What say you?"
Yeah, at this point, just
Mock stands up. I appreciate your money. Where's my payment?
Let's see who. Scarin Wave Chaser, who is Anders Solmore's aide, steps down from Anders' side and presents 200 gold in a pouch, sort of to whoever, like, of the four of you is going to take it.
To me, they're still alive.
Yeah,
I feel like you just like kind of just like snatched it.
yeah.
I just kind of look over at the captain and just give him a little nod.
Captain's feeling a little emasculated right now, but he kind of lets it happen.
Okay. That said, your proficiency at recovering the foreman only demonstrates your aptitude towards dispatching this house problem that we've had. I trust that we can trust you to take care of this. And she does look at you, Captain.
Captain's seeing dollar signs right now. He remembers this Philosopher's Stone business, and he's like, I'll be the one you be counting on, lass.
She nods. If there's no other business, then we'll conclude. And no one says anything unless you say something.
Nope.
And then the gavel raps, and then the council meeting is concluded. Ada does step aside, and she is like making eye contact with you once in a while.
All right. Captain will approach.
She says, I said we'd meet after the meeting.
Aye, meet and we shall.
You do know it's a misdemeanor crime to call yourself captain without a ship, right?
I'm nothing if not a staunch follower of the law down to the letter, lassie. What do you be? Let's be getting to the crux of the matter.
No one in Saltmarsh is above or below my purview. And I know that while you call yourself captain, while it may not be true now, it was once true. I know that you have had and have lost. And rather than pursue a legal course of action, I would rather restore your status to where it once was. I believe you have a set of skills that could be useful to Saltmarsh still.
He's kind of twiddling around the little confectionery necklace at this point and goes, "You've got me attention, lass."
I know how it happened, and we don't have to talk about it now. But let's just say I may be able to set something up for you at the conclusion of your business at the house.
All right. What do you be needing from me?
I need an assurance that any business of Anders Solmore does not reach beyond the council.
He's kind of like looking around. He's like,
Is that it?
Yes. So I do, and she like exasperatedly like sighs. Look, I'm not some skullduggery cloak and dagger type. I'm a fisherman. I've always been a fisherman. I own 5 boats here in Saltmarsh. I'm not one for politics even, but I know what's good for Saltmarsh, and what's good for Saltmarsh is boats. And this kingdom money that's come in and has tried to buy out Saltmarsh this entire time, and she looks frustrated. She's like, I'm tired of it. I really am. And look, he thinks he can buy his way into everything, but at least with gel and prime water, I know what I'm getting. I guess that doesn't really make sense right now. But listen, if you know Anders Solmore is up to something, it needs to stay in the council where we can control it. Does that make sense?
Captain kind of nods.
So if you catch wind of him doing something outside the council, let me know or put a stop to it yourself. That's all I'm asking. If you can do that, you'll be a captain again.
Seems a fair enough proposition, lass.
And she reaches her hand out to shake your hand.
He does the same.
Okay. I'm looking forward to your career in Saltmarsh, Captain.
Yours as well, lass.
And she turns and takes her leave. With that, do you guys have anything?
I'm going to pull everybody aside
Okay.
after the meeting. And also generously give you each 40 gold pieces.
Yay!
Very nice.
And then I'll give the captain an extra 50. Just because we've worked together before.
Aww.
The benefits of connections. So, we're nearing the end of our time tonight. However, I would like to leave it on a cliffhanger.
Of course you would.
I always like to do this. So, I'm going to set this up sort of like the end of a TV show.
Tune in next week.
a full moon rises over the sea horizon, and a rowboat, glides gently across the water. A furry creature rows, pulling a massive amount of goods weighing down the rowboat into a small cove dock.
So is that creature in like a giant soft fox costume?
It's definitely a furry.
Okay, just wondering.
Most
I like
definitely.
how we were both thinking the same thing.
Yeah.
I don't.
The camera pans up and you see a silhouette of an old broken down house, and a single lightning bolt strikes in the background. To be continued.
Nice.
All right.
So I will say that I will not be here the next week.
Judas.
Oh, that ties in nicely because it's a full moon, and since Simmons
It's a
hates the moon,
It would be the most aggravating time for him.
exactly. So
See,
he's
it's
going to stay inside.
traumatic.
You know what?
triggering.
I like where you're going at, but I feel like this would be the most opportune time for me to cause the
You're
most
not ready
havoc.
yet. You're not ready to face the music.
Yeah.
You're
to
right.
California, so
Can't
don't
face
feel
the
sorry
music.
for
Yeah,
him.
yeah.
Don't cry
So,
for him, Argentina.
We could probably stop the recording whenever. Whenever
Keep
you
it going. Just keep. Yeah.
No, I'm
for
just-
now.
We're going to talk about
Just for another
furries
like
now.
couple 4 hours. 6
Yeah,
minutes.
it's just a couple, 2, 3, 4, 5 hours. All right.
Are you recording right now? Okay, cool. Simmons. Hey, roll me over. Simmons. Hey, guess what? I'm a pickle. I'm Pickle Krog. It's the Salty Boys. And truly, it's not bourbon. And etching!